Who are the die-hard Chaldeans? 5300 BC, present. Chaldeans are Iraq's salt. If the many components of Iraq are the dough, then the indigenous Chaldeans are the yeast. Amr Hanna. Fatuhi. As evidenced by historical documents and antiquities. Chaldeans, the indigenous Mesopotamians, are the descendants of the Proto-Chaldee who built the earliest cities in Mesopotamia around 5300 BC, including Eridu, Sippar during the pre-Diluvian and later on Uruk, Kalaba and Eanna, and Ur, as well as the earliest cities in central and northern Mesopotamia during the post-Diluvian period, including Babylon, Kish, and Nineveh. Similarly, as indicated by tangible historical discoveries and biblical data, Chaldeans were the native inhabitants of the two major states in ancient Mesopotamia: Babylonia, Sumer and Akkad, in the south and center, and Assyria in the north. It is worth noting that the academic term Proto-Chaldee was used for the first time in 1988 by historian Amr Hanna Fatuhi, who named the pre-Sumerian culture Proto-Chaldee. This term first appeared in his study entitled Ur of Chaldeans, an Iraqi perspective. Subsequently, Proto-Chaldee became common among Iraqi scholars in the 1990s and worldwide in 2004. It was also proven by many academic studies that out of all ancient names, Sumer, Akkad, Babylon, Ashur, etc., ancient Iraq knew only one local ethnic name to which all great dynasties relate: Chaldo-Chaldee, aka Chaldeans. During the past 2 decades, many published studies linked Sumerians directly to Proto-Chaldee, also known as Akkadians. Other names like Sumer, Akkad, Babylon, Assur, and Aramu were obtained either from regional settlement locations or geographical and topographical aspects of a given location. The origin of various Mesopotamian designations was deduced from notable scholars, historians, and archaeologists. This point was also deeply discussed in detail and proved in Dr. Amr Hanna Fatuhi's latest 3 studies. The Untold Story of Native Iraqis, 2012. Chaldeans, the indigenous people of Iraq. Remarkable History and Contemporary Challenges, 2019. And the 2021 book, Chaldean Legacy. To learn more about Chaldeans, visit www.chaldeanlegacy.com. Native Iraqi Chaldeans Day, the first Sunday of July. The idea of celebrating the indigenous peoples of Iraq Chaldeans Day was first put forward at the Chaldean Educational Center of America on August 13, 2013. And then the proposal was presented to Chaldean political parties, cultural, educational and social organizations, and Chaldean activists worldwide for discussion and vote. The occasion was discussed and approved, and then it was included in the 2014 Chaldean National Calendar, as it was celebrated for the first time internationally in 2014. The National Day of the Indigenous People of Iraq Chaldeans is a symbolic occasion according to the historical Babylonian calendar. Sunday, Isan in the Babylonian calendar, is the first day of the week, and from it came the Chaldean traditional name Koshaba, Ka-Bashbatha, aka the first day of the week. As it is quite known, Chaldean ancestors were pioneers in science and human knowledge, just as they were the first in urbanization and civilization. Thus, the first Sunday of the month befits them, being the people of the land of firsts, Mesopotamia. Celebrating this first day of the week on the first Sunday of July, and emphasizing it in Iraqi and international forums. Gives Chaldeans, the lions and dragons of ancient Mesopotamia, a distinct advantage, including establishing them as the indigenous inhabitants of ancient Iraq. The month of Tammuz, in the Mesopotamian Babylonian belief, is the month of wellness and goodness, and its name was derived from the name of the god Tammuz, the god of the rebirth of life and the guardian of the gates of paradise. Paradise is the biblical Eden, which is the exact translation of the two Proto-Chaldee words. Id means river, and En means Lord. The Chaldean name for paradise is Pardisa. Luke 23 verses 41 to 43. However, the most common ancient name is Gan, meaning Thrive Garden, which defines the wide plain of the sealand Chaldu. Gan is etymologically derived from the cuneiform syllables Gana Nigen Na and the short form Nigen Na, which means, the Lord's Plain. Choosing the first Sunday of July to be the day of the indigenous peoples of Iraq Chaldeans is destined to emphasize the importance of preserving the Chaldeans' rights being the indigenous people of their homeland Mesopotamia. And this choice will confirm to those far and near the legitimacy of Chaldeans' presence in Iraq. It also gives Chaldeans the constitutional advantage that others will reckon with. The main objective of adopting this occasion, which confirms the Chaldean legitimacy as the indigenous people of Iraq, is to confirm that the Chaldeans, and no one else, are the original natives of Mesopotamia, past and present. Also, this celebration will block the way for those who might be interested in hijacking Chaldeans' identity and position, by falsely claiming that they are the natives of Iraq. The United Nations adopted August 9 as the day to remember and affirm the rights of the indigenous peoples in their countries. The United Nations took the initiative to consider that day specifically, based on events and dates associated with Western occasions. However, the UN Indigenous Day does not conflict with the Chaldean celebration of the Day of the Indigenous People of Iraq Chaldeans on the first Sunday of July, which truthfully and objectively expresses the authenticity of the Chaldean Mesopotamian attachment and roots. Furthermore, the difference in dates is also a context, as Iraqis celebrate Mother's Day, Labor Day, and other holidays on dates different from those of the United Nations. Celebrating native Iraqi Chaldeans Day on the first Sunday of July in a unique and meaningful way allows Chaldeans to reach out to Chaldean friends and associates worldwide and educate them about Chaldeans, the indigenous people of Iraq's remarkable history and unique heritage 5300 BC, present. It can also secure Chaldean status in the Iraqi constitution being the native Mesopotamians. You can learn more about Chaldeans past and present by reading the 2021 compelling book, Chaldean Legacy. Happy Native Iraqi Chaldeans Day to all Chaldeans and friends worldwide. Thank you so much for watching. If you find this video useful, like and subscribe to the Mesopotamian Knowledge channel for more content soon. Thanks a lot and hope to catch up with you shortly.